Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit more exciting than yesterday's video. My power went off in our house and some random weird gas got into the house and we kind of had to evacuate, and that day coincidentally was our anniversary day, so I didn't really have time to film anything, so I just kind of had to put together a video just using my phone and not actually filming any footage. So today I'm going to be paying you guys back and doing a super awesome video about the yarn I have. So I currently have about 1,000 or more balls of yarn currently in my yarn stash. And no, I did not purchase them. With my troop in Girl Scouts, we did for our Silver Award project, we knit hats and made blankets for the children at WakeMed Children's Hospital, and to do so, Girl Scouts are not allowed to receive like donations of money, so you actually have to get the actual products donated to you to be able to use. And surprisingly, a lot of churches and companies were more than happy to give us some of their extra scrap yarns. So if you see some of these skeins of yarn are like slightly smaller or look slightly different, it's because those are kind of their sampler yarns, but there's still a pretty equal and crazy amount of these skeins of yarn. And I'm super excited to be showing you guys all that I have. I am not using this to brag in any way because of course I did not purchase them, but I just want to show you for entertainment purposes all of the yarn that I have. So these are all of the yarns that I got from all of the stores and churches that we got them from. Starting here, these are some of the slightly nicer yarns that I have. Some of them I did purchase, but definitely not a lot of them. Like some of these here that have a little coat around them, those are the ones that I usually purchased, but a lot of them in here, in these baskets right here, are just how they ended up. That's how I got them, and there is so much yarn here that I am not able to dig through all of it right now, but I am definitely going to be using them a lot when winter comes because you use yarn more then. So this is the entirety of all of the yarn here. It is a really crazy amount. It's estimated that I have at least 1,000 balls of yarn in here, which is really crazy. So this video for me is going to be a bit of an organization video since a lot of my skeins of yarn were pretty poorly organized. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you several of a type of yarn, whether or not it was donated to me, and if you can find it for a cheaper price online as well. Alright, so this is what all of the yarn looks like after, for the most part, I organized it. And now we are going to get down into looking at individual brands of yarn. So I just really fast want to show you before I break all of the homespun yarns down, but the Lion brand homespun and some of the brands that look nearly identical to it are the first thing that I'm going to be showing you guys. And this is all of the yarn that I got, and all but 2 skeins of this were donated to me, so most of this is completely donated. This is the first homespun color, so all 3 of these were completely donated, and all 3 of them were as you can tell by the label, this is an older label, so I'm not sure how old the yarn is, but all of them are completely unused and ready to be knitted. So my next batch is a bunch of different other colors. So this is like a sea green color, and we have 3 of these. Then I have several individual like different patterned ones here, and these are all the homespun Lion brand. And then I have 3 of these. So my next batch is a bunch of different jumbled ones. So we have some leftovers of a green color. We have a multicolored one here. We have a purple version. We have black, like a gray and a white. We have a light green. We have a fluffy, this one's a slightly bigger version of it. I think it's it's called Thick and Quick, so it's homespun, but it's like slightly different. And we also have a pink and a reddish color. Next are 2 full skeins of the Thick and Quick yarn, and they both have different ombre colors. And our next sets of yarn are basically the same thing as homespun, except for this is the Michaels brand yarn, and these are called Country Loom, and I like these just as much as the homespun. And then Festival makes one that's very similar to, this is the color. It's really hard to tell on camera, but it's like dark purples, greens, blacks, and grays. And then Studio Sample also makes another version of this. Theirs feels slightly different. It feels like, this one has polyester in it, so it feels quite a bit different, but it has the same feel. And they made several different, this one looks a little bit like a minion, but yeah, that's those. This is the only batching of yarn that is completely gifted to me personally or bought. And I have some Hometown USA. This is all Hometown USA. Several different colors here. I have 5 total. Next off, I have the Deborah Norville Serenity Chunky and Chunky Tweeds and just normal chunky yarn. These are my loaner yarns, but they are still very nice. This is Premier Yarn Isaac Mizrahi. I forget what it was. It was some sort of chunky yarn. I've used the majority of it, but I really, really liked this yarn. And then this is Handmade Modern Worsted Yarn, and this is the Target yarn that I'm planning on doing a review of soon. Sorry, I'm going back to this yarn really fast. Just letting you guys know that the amount of yarn that I got that was donated from this was crazy, because this brand is really expensive when you purchase it online. It can be from between $7 to $15, which is way out of my price range. Yet I really love this yarn, so it was such a dream come true when I got so much of it. And I think if any of you guys are interested in asking for donations, whether it's for knitting, hats, or just for yourself, I think that this would be a really, really good option. Bernat blanket yarn has always been one of my favorite yarns, and I always have a pretty big stash in my closet. So these are the yarns that I have. I think that Bernat blanket yarn is one of the best yarns you can get because it is pretty inexpensive and it's great for making baby safe hats. I also saw this yarn and I literally had to have it. It is probably one of the softest things in the entire universe. It is Bernat Parfait, and then I have Buttercream, which is literally one of the softest things ever too, and I also have Bernat Pipsqueak. I have some more loaners too. You probably saw Copenhagen yarn on, sorry for the noise, you probably saw it in my yarn haul video back in like December or something like that. And then this is Bernat Home Decor yarn. It is a super cool yarn. Addie did a review on it that you can kind of see the stitches there. They're like kind of knitted, and then it also kind of frays on the edge, like what she said in the video, but I still think it's a pretty great yarn. So the next yarn is Bernat Jiffy. For some odd reason, I have a lot of it, and it's kind of cool that each of them have like a different picture on them from like different time periods for some odd reason. It's not really a special yarn or anything. I really like it, so. Okay, so the next yarn, I have literally no idea if it's still on sale, but these say it's exclusively to Joann's, but I've never seen this yarn at Joann's, so I'm assuming because it was donated that it's kind of old, but it's really cool because it's called boucle yarn. It sounds super like fancy and stuff, and the yarn's pretty cool. So this next yarn is all Vanna's Choice Lion brand yarn, and I have several different colors, and this stuff was all donated, but it's pretty cool. This yarn is not donated. It is super bulky number 6 yarn. I use it to make blankets, and I purchased it with my own money, but it's still worth showing you guys. This is just some more of the Vanna's Choice yarn, and I'm also going to show you guys some cool, this is just some sample yarn that was donated, and it's like kind of like a candy cane. It's cool Christmas colored yarn for hats during Christmas time. And I'm also going to show you, I got 2 eyelash yarn little bundles. It's not really enough to make anything super big, but I'll still make a fun project out of these. This is a special yarn for a few reasons. It is a yarn that hasn't been sold for a very long time. It is called Kids Rock Yarn, and it was amazing that I was able to snag a little bit of it, and I'm really excited to be using this because this yarn looks super cool. So I have about 5 of these just cheap Craft Smart yarns. I have no idea where they're from because they were donated. I'm guessing they're from like Walmart or something. I'm guessing they were no more than like, I don't know, $3, because I mean they're like a number 4 worsted. And then I know that this is from Hobby Lobby. I have a few of these in this kind of ugly mustard colored. I love this yarn by Hobby Lobby. It was really inexpensive and it's really cute and soft though, so I'm excited to be using these too. Okay, so we're kind of getting to the point where this is going to take a million years if I just keep showing you the individual amounts of yarn. I have already showed you guys about this much yarn here, and I have about that much left to go, so I'm just gonna quickly go through some of these, and if you have any questions about any of this yarn, then just please let me know, because I will totally be able to make an extra video on a specific yarn, or if you have any questions, I will be able to answer them in the comment section below. So pretty much the coolest yarns here are going to be the Studio Sample yarns that are the exact same yarn I showed you of the candy, like Christmas colored yarn, except they're in different colors, and I have a lot of them. I also really like these Studio Samples yarns. It's a really soft yarn, and it's kind of like a merino wool, except for smaller and like a worsted weight format. And I have some more of it over here. And I also really love this yarn right here. It's called Basic 2 yarn. And it's 50% polyester, 50% acrylic. And it's really cool. And I also have just a bunch of worsted weight singular colored cool yarn. And then back here I have some it's just your typical worsted weight solid color and multicolor yarn that you'd probably buy at a craft store in the discount section for about like $2-ish or something like that. And then around here you've just got some multicolored yarn. There's really nothing that special here. It's basically just your typical yarn, but if you have any questions about a specific yarn, I am totally able to answer them. Then I have just a bunch of yarns here that are just kind of rewrapped and stuff because they were in big just piles of knots. Here we have I have some TLC baby yarn, which is some yarn that was discontinued quite a while ago. I have the little sign here. And some Bernat baby yarns here, and some more multicolored yarns and stuff. I have this one loner over here. So yeah, that's pretty much it out of all of these. Thank you guys so much for watching. So that is all I have for today. Please stay tuned for some videos that will be coming up very soon, because we are going to post more frequently in the month of July since it's our 1-year anniversary month. So if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions. Bye guys!